Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is April 2nd, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the sun rising across the Pacific Ocean. You can see some low clouds up against the Bay Area and some in Northern California. But if you look across Sierra Nevada, look at that glorious snowpack up there. You can really see it on the GOES 18 satellite imagery quite nicely. And you can kind of see even some snow across some of the higher terrain at Southern California as well. Always like looking at the GOES 18 satellite. Now we've got a pretty chilly air mass coming down, and you can see possible lows for Wednesday night, near freezing temperatures as we go through Wednesday night through Friday night coming up here. Watch out for your pets that are left outside and some of your sensitive plants as well. Eureka, California, all over it. Sub freezing temperatures late this week. You can see across the higher terrain mainly here, but it is a big pattern change coming in here. Thunderstorm potential, some mountain snows potentially as well. And this is expected to snow Thursday through Friday. You can see it does hit some of the coastal areas here as well as another round of snowfall for the Sierra Nevada. Now, taking a look at the expected rainfall, not a big rainmaker overall. I mean, maybe some local conditions, some water in the roadways and whatnot, but we're looking at the big flooding scenarios. There's a big chilly air mass here. Some mountain snows and some cold temperatures are going to be the main headlines, and some gusty winds as well, but not big rainfall. As you can see, San Francisco at 1/10 of an inch to 2/10 of an inch. Now, if we take a look at April 3rd through 4th, this is for tomorrow and the following day. You can see we do have the thunderstorm potential. This is National Weather Service, Sacramento, lightning, gusty winds, brief heavy rain, and small accumulating hail. And here's the snowfall forecast. And the snow levels are going to drop down. Check this out, 2,000 to 4,000 feet by Thursday and Friday. Chain control is possible. So it doesn't take too much to make things slick out there. Half a foot of snow can still really put a monkey wrench in things if you're trying to cross across I-80 or some of the passes, and a little bit better amounts across some of the central and even southern Sierra with this system coming up here as well. Now, taking a look at Donner Summit, you can see we start to get this snowfall here as we go through tomorrow afternoon about. And you see the snow levels really start to drop off here by the time we get to April 4th, getting down again to below 4,000 feet potentially there. So watch out for those winter driving conditions. And if you want a nice, affordable home weather station, click on that link down below to save 10% off. Great smartphone app. You can click on any one of these individual parameters and get all kinds of nice graphs. It's got a lightning detection system on it as well, which is very fun. Now, taking a look at the composite reflectivity, this is what the Doppler radar may look like. I'm just going to scroll through this pretty quickly here. As you can see, the system rolling in here as we go through the day tomorrow, bringing some of that shower activity here across Northern California. Can't rule out a thunderstorm tomorrow. And it starts hitting the Sierra Nevada as well. It's this very chilly air mass and very cold air mass moving down across the region. You could have some brief, heavier rain at times with some of these showers, but it should be, we're not looking at a big atmospheric river or big flooding conditions as we go. And this would be about Thursday afternoon. Now, take a look at the wind speeds. So you'll clearly see the frontal system start to come as we go on in through Wednesday morning. And here we go, Wednesday afternoon, morning and afternoon. You can kind of see the winds really picking up across the Sierra Nevada here, the gusty winds coming down the coastline as well. As this very big pattern change comes rolling in here, very chilly air mass. And you can see the winds really pick up as we go through Thursday afternoon across some of the southern Sierra Nevada, across some of the desert areas, the transverse ranges, and some of the peninsular ranges as well. Now, let's look at the day one thunderstorm outlook. Nothing to worry about right now, but tomorrow we start to introduce that threat. And there we go for day 3. That's for Thursday. And you can see it moves all the way down towards Southern California, includes much of the coastal areas and a lot of I-5 as well. More on that here in a moment. If we look at the European ensemble mean on the left versus the GFS on the right, pretty good model agreement. We got this transient ridge coming across the area, and this very chilly air mass moves down across the region. You can see really good agreement there with that cold upper level low. If this thing was set back further west, it'd give more of a subtropical tap, but it's not. But it is bringing a very chilly temperature with it in turn, and you can kind of see how the troughing remains with this as we go through the weekend on into early next week. So model agreement there as well. And then the ridge may start to build after that, but we're not going to get too far into details on that just yet. We'll look at that a little bit more tomorrow, and I'll show you the 6 to 10 day and the 8 to 14 day outlook here in a moment. If we look at the European, again, kind of showing you this system dropping down as we go through Wednesday night into Thursday against some mountain snows and very, very chilly temperatures and gusty winds, but not the huge flooding precipitation maker. And we kind of keep some of that troughing going as we go through the weekend here. Now, taking a look at 850 millibars, I like to show these visual diagrams. You can see the ridge and the anticyclonic flow here drying us out for the day today. And then we bring that frontal system, start to bring it down tomorrow. And you can kind of see it spinning across much of the area. I mean, look at that change in the air masses here. If I back all the way back up to where we are today, you can kind of see that ridge. And then this air mass that's going to move over. It's going to be a big shock to the system. It's really going to drop off temperatures for some areas, maybe even in excess of 20 degrees. And you can kind of see that chilly air hanging on as we go on into early next week, but then we may be dealing with this ridge after that. Now, look at it, 700 millibars, 10,000 feet. I like to, again, show you these visual diagrams. You can see that system moving out and the next one on its way. Look at that bowling ball just move right down off the coast of California here and really engulf much of the region. This would be Friday afternoon. Taking a look at lightning flash density potential. Let's go through tomorrow. You can kind of see that thunderstorm activity start to roll in here in northern portions of California. And then as we go into Thursday afternoon, yet again, maybe Nevada as well. And then by the time we get towards Friday, you can see it starts to encompass much of the state here as well. So, and probably another day of thunderstorms on Saturday. Also, this very chilly air aloft will be right over top. Now, looking at significant wave height, also just want to point out the fact that we are going to be increasing those wave heights as we go on in through mainly Thursday, Thursday afternoon. You can see up and down the coastline here as we go through Friday. Then we get a bit of a break as we move through the weekend, and then we go off into the future here. You can kind of see maybe some wind-driven waves down the coastline, but not too big of a deal after that. Now, looking at the European, this is a 10-to-1 snow ratio, and if we put this into motion, you can see some decent amounts here, and you'll notice it does hit some of the coastal areas. Again, the very chilly air mass, and some of the thunderstorm activity could be dropping small hail all the way down to sea level, accumulated on the roadways as well, and you can see it accumulate across some of the transverse ranges, peninsula ranges, and as we saw in the GOES 18 satellite imagery, there's already some snow out there, so we might add to that here as we go through the end of this week coming up. So yeah, interesting stuff. Now, look at the daily 2-meter max temperature for today across California. And then as we scroll through tomorrow, Wednesday, you see that cool down just start to hit the area. Still some 80s showing up for Bakersfield maybe, and some of the desert areas getting quite warm. Death Valley maybe into the lower 90s. And as we go on in through Thursday, look at that cool down coming. Probably in excess of 20 degrees for many locations across the valley areas. You are definitely going to feel this one as it comes rolling in here. And then we go on in through Friday. It's even going to cool down the deserts dramatically so. I mean, 20 plus degrees is going to be widespread chilly air incoming for some of the higher terrain. Interesting stuff. Then maybe we start to bounce back a little bit as we go through the weekend, but still a chilly air aloft will be around. Here's the 6 to 10 day through April 11th. You see the below average signal across a lot of the West Coast. And we're starting to get this below average signal showing up here as well. That includes some of California. 8 to 14 day, take a look here. We're starting to look at some above average temperatures. Potentially, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. We're still looking far off into the forecast, but then this below average also starting to show up April 9th through the 15th here as well. And we're at 125% of the historical mean here for April 2nd. So doing quite well and going to add to that a bit at least here over the next few days. And here's the last year percent of average precipitation. This takes into account things like Tropical Storm Hillary that came across the area, and kind of a mixed bag there. So it seems like we were doing a little bit better across some of those areas, but some areas are not doing quite as well as what you might initially think over all the storms we've had for the last couple of years. So this is last April to the current April here, but kind of a mixed bag. And some areas are doing quite well, including portions of Los Angeles County, Ventura County and Orange County, and some of the coastal areas are doing quite nicely also. And wherever you see the green here as well, you're doing pretty well. Now, taking a look at the average temperature, it's kind of a mixed bag here. Nothing too crazy to show, but this goes over the last year. But anyway, get out there and enjoy that sunshine and enjoy those warm temperatures if you like them, because it's going to come crashing down in the change between Wednesday and Thursday as we drop this very cold air mass across the region. And you can clearly see it out here across the Gulf of Alaska. I should have pointed that out initially as well. That is the cool down coming here, folks. So yeah, enjoy those warm temperatures while they're here, and we're going to add some snowpack. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.